All right, all right, all right. Welcome everybody to another episode right here in the Lions Den. We appreciate you, each and every one of you guys showing up. We've got another exciting one for you here today. Seems like we're doing these AMAs more often nowadays, so I'm definitely excited about that. For those that are new here to the Lions Den and the main community, we want to first off welcome you. Before we like to get this started, I'd like to just give you a brief overview, a little bit of history, may you say, about Maine itself before we get started into this AMA. This is just recap information just for new ones that are here joining us today. Maine token. Maine stands for Marketing, AMA's News and Engagement. Launch date of Maine was September the 22nd. We had a small pre-sale over there on Pink Sale, raised roughly about 30 ETH. Proud to say that sale sold out in literally 9 seconds. Our starting market cap was 72,000. As of right now, we have burnt over 30% of our supply. And may I add that majority of that has been bought back and burned, different from just obviously burning the supply itself. We're roughly well over, I think we're shooting closer to 40 AMAs now, just like you're witnessing here today. Multiple top partnerships. One that we're extremely proud of, obviously, is our guys over at Tectum, doing very well. Shout out to another one of our partners, Codex. We love those guys. They're the ones that hooked us up with our staking platform over there on Maine. Roughly about 20% of that supply as well is already staked there on that platform. Yeah, anybody interested, obviously, you could come over into our Telegram. It's a great place to be. Very welcoming over there. You're able to come in, talk about different projects, which is obviously frowned on in a lot of different telegrams in this space. Check out our website also. If you'd like to take a look at that, it's themaintoken.com. Again, and we appreciate each and every one of you for showing up here today. And we're going to get started. I got my co-host here, also founder and CEO of the Main Token, Scott the Warrior. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, bro? Nice one for the great intro as usual. Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. It obviously launched last night, and I literally stayed up till about 3 o'clock this morning. I was actually messing around with their bots and stuff. And honestly, if you haven't checked their bot out yet, make sure you go into Telegram and generate some AI images. It's really cool, and I'm looking forward to this AMA. But thanks for the intro.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. No problem. Actually, I did too. When you told me about this, obviously, we're getting some really good calls over there in the main Telegram. Hint, hint. So, for those of you in the crowd that like a little bit of alpha, I suggest you do yourself a favor and go on over to the main Telegram and join up. Like I said, it's free. It's a great vibe in that out there. We all hanging out, having a good time. And Scott has said himself, he will drop alpha in his Telegram before he drops the alpha over here on X. So you heard it from me. You've heard it from Scott. And you know, another thing I just want to say before we get started here with Central AI. I just want to say, you know, guys, we've given warnings over and over again. Obviously, nothing that I say on this, on this platform is financial advice, right? But I will tell you this: Maine in the upcoming bull run will be a force to be reckoned with. And what do I mean by that? What you're witnessing here with partnership after partnership after partnership, we do nothing but build stepping stone after stepping stone after stepping stone to get to where we want to be. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to fade us, you go ahead. But I'm going to tell you one thing: we are going to be a force to be reckoned with, and continuously doing exactly what you're witnessing here. I mean, shit. In the bull run, we'll probably be doing 2 or 3 of these things a day. Okay, so just to let you know, and if obviously also that I've spoken on several different other spaces just like this. If we have any projects in the room that would like to catch a spotlight, just like AI is doing right now, just go ahead and send either Scott, send a DM to this account, get over on Telegram. We're active over there. Scott's always there in the crowd, mingling. We're rallying, having a great time. So again, let's introduce our guest today, Central AI. Who are we speaking with here, bro? How you doing?
Hey guys, it's a pleasure. This is Eric. I'm one of the founders of Central AI. Scott, pleasure. I've heard so much about you. I'm so happy to be on the space with y'all and just kind of, kick it, introduce a lot of the things we got going on, and kind of unveil something really, really special that we got actually releasing at the end of this call.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome, man, Eric. And it's definitely a pleasure to meet you, bro. Been over in your Telegram. You guys are jumping out there. Love to see it, man. I love to see an active Telegram. It just makes me happy. It makes me think that, things are going on. And I love just the vibe when you go in there, and it's great. So I like to start these things off, Eric, right? But just getting a little bit of information, background about you, maybe a little, 2 minute, 3 minute a background about your experience in crypto, how long you've been in, maybe a little story. We'd like to start there if you don't mind.
For sure. This project is so much more than me. I mean, my team members have been foundational, but me personally, I've been in crypto since 2016 in the ICO days. I really just grabbed an affinity for just AI and AI generation. It's been something that I've kind of like fallen in love with in these past year or so. Working with Dolly, working with Midjourney. This is kind of how our project came to be. We didn't know which route we were going to go. We were kind of actually considering uh, just not even going the token route and kind of going off market. But we wanted to create something that would have the most amount of users, and not just the everyday user, bullish users, people who are going to spread the project and spread the model that that we've built over these past months. So that's us. We're all kind of just AI heads. We are just in love with what we can do with not just image generation, but transcoding, video generation, just anything that can make art easier, videos easier to understand. We've kind of just jumped into.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's great, bro, Eric. Honestly, I'm also very familiar with the AI generating different things. I've played, like you said, with what is it, the Dolly Diwali. I don't want to speak that name incorrectly. The one that I'm more familiar with is what is it that I've played
Mid
around a bunch.
journey.
That one, and as well as Leonardo AI. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that one as well. But yeah, I've messed around with those. They're really, really cool. And also, I've got a chance. When Scott told everybody about you guys last night, I had a chance to go and actually, play with the bot and do some cool things. I'm really excited about this, man, because the thing is with this bot, yeah, it's cool. We could generate images and different things like that too, but I definitely, here in a little bit, I want to get into some more of the things. It's because, when people think, AI generation, blah, 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 whatever, they're thinking about maybe we could just create cool images. But with this bot, you could do a lot more, like you kind of described right now. And there's certain things that kind of got me, excited about this whole deal too. So obviously, you guys just launched last night. I mean, did you was this like a few months like planning, or this is just, I know you said you have a team. How many of you guys are there?
So it's actually four of us. It's myself, my two friends that are kind of become my best friends in this time period, and then we have our marketer and community manager. Um, but us three, I mean, we are completely focused on building the best AI, and not just like I said, you hit it right on the head. This is just so much more than image generation.
Yep.
Our focus has been really video because no one seems to really have gone in that space. It is
Mm-hmm.
super tricky. One of the things that you can do is you can upload a video for people who might not understand or might be in another language. We're tweaking it so the subtitles can be in English or your native language. You're not going to see that anywhere really in AI. We're really trying to push the boundaries on the video side because image generation. I think our model is beautiful, but we are going into avenues that you're not seeing in other tokens or not even just seeing in the AI space in general.
Yeah, I could totally agree with that. And that's actually, immediately when Scott told me about, the bot and things like that, because, my first question, right, is always when, with Scott, not only Scott, but when anybody brings, a project to my attention that speaks of like, they're going to do this and they're going to do that. But, my first question asked, usually 9 times out of 10, is the product out already? or are they planning on doing this and they planning on doing that? Because like I've said many a times before, you've got guys that, promise the world and deliver absolutely nothing. So it's always refreshing refreshing to me when I see a group of guys like you come in and you guys got utility already out of the gate, ready to go, ready for people to come in, play around with, and things like that. And that led me to my first question, in basically, and I think you already kind of went on that because of the whole video thing, but so you're saying obviously what makes your AI different than than outside the norm, and I think you were touching on that with the whole video, right?
Yeah. So first and foremost, our AI uses Amazon Bedrock as kind of our solution. It's also hosted through them, so you have not only one of the best, most customizable AI solutions when it comes to videos, when it comes to images. You're also, funneling right through AWS to create a very, very quick turnaround time. If you've used Midjourney like I have, and believe me, I have used it for hours, an image can often take 3, 4 minutes um, to get out there. If you guys have used our bot, you see that the turnaround time is 5, 6 seconds. So Amazon Bedrock has kind of been the foundation of our product, and you see it on every image generation that in cooperation with them. Um, the video transcription, same thing, straight through Amazon. Um, Sorry, I just got to get cut off for a second. The
Yeah.
image, the
Oh,
video
good.
trans, all good. The video transcription has been, like I said, a little bit more difficult, but uh, the way we've built and customized our Amazon product has allowed it to create a simple recap of a video, the subtitles, anything that you might need to better understand a piece of media.
Got you. Now I understand, like the whole Amazon AWS, but to be honest with you, years ago, and still dabble in it here and there. Um, Actually, to be honest with you, as well, like, not in the last what was it, December? I was part of a supplement company that did big numbers over there on Amazon, right? So I'm very familiar with the Amazon giant as being a seller on that platform and things like that. I've heard AWS, but looking at your website, Amazon Bedrock is something that I've never even I've honestly, to be honest, 100%, I've never heard that term. Now, is Bedrock, Amazon Bedrock, like something different than, like, I understand like the AWS is like the servers and all that good stuff that make things super quick and easy for everyone. But what exactly is a Bedrock? Do you mind just giving me a 2-second overview of that?
For sure. So Amazon Bedrock is the proprietary AI model that Amazon has poured a billion into. It is their bull in it's their bull in this AI fight that you see Google competing with, that you see Midjourney, that you see Microsoft. AWS, if some people don't know, at oftentimes is 30% of Amazon's net profit. They profit more than they actually do on the than they do on the products. So this is their dog that they've created, and it is awesome because you can customize, you can manipulate, you can create the tool that you want more so than you can on maybe a Dolly or a Grok or something like that.
Yeah, that's really cool, Eric, because and as you described already, that was one of my like issues with the Leonardo AI, right? Like how you perfectly described it. Like I would try to generate an image and it would literally sometimes, man, be like I've waited almost up to over 10 minutes, bro, like before. And after trying out your bot, seriously, like you are correct. Within seconds, I put in the prompt and it spits back the image.
Yeah,
That
I want to say that I could not believe how fast it generates the images, man. It's mind blowing, and the quality of the images were insane. Literally, I was just doing about 50 images last night. It's really addictive.
100%. People are having a blast with it. It is like it's been so awesome to see people in the chat just constantly sending over what they're creating, and they're creating this stuff like every 10 seconds. So there's some funny ones in there. If you guys are in the chat, you've seen everything from roosters on jet skis to Mario with machine guns. Like there's, I don't know, people are going ham with it, and we love to see that as developers. It's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and another thing that was really cool was one of your community members had an amazing idea this morning. He was actually going into other projects groups and generating images for their project, but putting your bot name on there. And even the project owners were like, "That's so amazing! I'm going to use that for my profile picture." So he was like promoting your project without getting kicked from other Telegram groups.
I know. I heard about that. That's awesome. And that's how we wanted this to be. Like, we wanted anyone to have direct access to it to create whatever they wanted. The thing with Midjourney and some of these other ones is, it's at the end of the day, it's 15.99, if not more, and it's not accessible for everybody, especially someone from a developing, nation, or someone who just isn't in that space to spend the money every month. Right now, it's free. We're going to continue to have a pretty much a free model for the image generation and the video transcription. But yeah, anyone can go and use it. You don't need to sign up for Discord or pay a membership. It's the whole purpose of what we're doing.
You know,
That's really sorry, DBS.
go ahead.
That's really I really like that how you're not charging people because I think that would bring you a lot more users and people eyes on your projects. Because when you gateway people into a project, you more or less unless you've got mass adoption, you're not putting a barrier up to everyone. Whereas if you're offering like a free service, people will always come and check it out, and then if they like it, which I do, they'll get the premium like subscription. And if you're offering more stuff, which is even better, and people are seeing these better features, people are going to want to buy the token. Or I don't know how we'll get into that in a minute, but I don't know what you're planning on. Are you doing it where people have to hold tokens, or how will it work?
So we will always have our image generation as a free to use for anybody. We want anyone from to be able to access that. We're not going to barrier that. As far as some of the more premium features, we will eventually institute a holder or a subscription for someone that is not that much into crypto. They'll still be able to have access through payment. That will be for the more premium features that I'll touch on in a little bit. That'll be for the true full video generation, which nobody's really doing right now. Also, a little bit more fun for some of us out there is the not safe for work. That'll be everything from violence, war scenes, girls, whatever you could imagine. That type of stuff will be on a more premium scale. We're still working out the exact numbers on how what we'll charge, or when that will come, but for now, you guys enjoy it, and then we'll get things rolling as they come.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Go
Sorry, bro.
ahead.
Keep cutting each other off. Sorry, bro. Yeah. So, for example, when you release like the new features, are you going to have it all free at the start so people get like the inkling for it, and then gateway after? Because I think that will work a lot better if people can actually test it first.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we're not gonna gate something that no one's used before. So we also need the feedback as well. We need people to tell us, "Hey guys, Eric, this needs a little bit tweaking." The cool thing I said about Amazon Bedrock, why we use them, is it's really customizable, and it's some language models are a little bit resistant to change. Bedrock is not. So we need the feedback. From there, we'll go to a more premium service just on the video generation and the not safe for work content. We also have a second revenue model. This product that we've been able to build is easily white labelable for other projects, whether they be business, crypto. They could have their own. They could have their own central AI in the way that they need.
Yeah, man, that's great. And Eric, I do want to commend you on that too. Like just having the setup to where that anybody can go use it. Because I'll be honest with you, a lot of these AI things and stuff like that, especially you go to these websites, right? And they, first of all, they're gonna purge you for your information. They want all your information from you, email address, phone number, all this other stuff, right? So to me, that's always just a pain. And then they get you in there and they're like, yeah, try this out. Well, first they collect all your information. That's step one, right? Step two, They get you in there, and you're like, oh yeah, man, I'm ready to to check this thing out. And then lo and behold, right, you get in, you start doing a little something, and you get a pop up. Oh, this is available in blah blah blah. So basically, long story short, I got to pay to even try this thing out, right? So that always upsets me, and I'm sure there's tons of other people, that feel that way. And it just, I don't know. I don't want to say, I kind of almost want to say that it leaves like a bad taste, in my mouth about, where you're promising me, you're telling me that you're going to let me try this thing out, right? And then I get over here, I'm excited about it, and then I get over here to try it out, and now you're trying to make me pay, just to test something out. And I'm sorry, it just a heads up to anybody that may be listening nowadays. If you have a product that you're going to put on the market and you want to introduce it to the masses, right? It would be in your best interest to at least give them a teaser, of the product before you start asking for cash payment, credit payment, whatever. Yeah, before we get into the next here, I want to talk a little bit about the token itself and things like that. Wadi, do you got something for us, brother?
Yeah, what's going on, DBS? What's going on, Scott? Hello, Central AI. No, I mean, I'm using literally when you guys started talking about AI images, I said, you know what? Let me go test this out for myself. And it's incredible. And the speed on it, even better. What I was gonna ask though is like, when it comes down to the rendering, is there like a limit to 8K, 4K, or anything like that? Because I use for promotions and other projects and stuff, I like using a lot of AI imaging. So this works out perfect for me.
So our image rendering, we're actually working with a kind of beta upscaler, so you are able to have these massive photos. A lot of people complain about Midjourney that the image always has to be sent to an upscaler, and most of those services are are paid. This one will be part of our package. It's already in work now. I think if you guys have downloaded any of the images, the 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 resolution is great, and it's only going to get better. One thing I did want to touch on that you mentioned is this whole filling out information and personal emails and things like that. There's Telegram is one of the outlets we use because of its anonymity. I think that is a huge thing, especially when it comes to creative stuff. Like the world doesn't need to know how much anime girls Scott is creating on the side, or whatever it may be that you're doing. People want to be anonymous with that, and I think Telegram is a great outlet for that.
Yeah, yeah, I could definitely agree. And I know Wadi is a really big and by the way, if you guys aren't following Wadi, go ahead and shoot him a follow here on X. Yeah, the reason why I wanted to bring up Wadi today because exactly what he just said. He is huge into AI image generation, and I knew that this space would be right up his alley. So I shot him a DM this morning and said, "Hey, Wadi." He says, "Yeah, man, I'm on the way, bro. Don't worry about it." So that's good. As always, Wadi, we welcome you up here in the panel anytime, brother. But yeah, Eric, I also wanted to get into a little bit as well. And my first question here is how, well, let's just start basically with the token itself. Let's go over, supply. What kind of supply does the CAI token have?
The supply is only 10 million. Um,
Nice.
so I mean, we wanted kind of like a lower supply. Um,
Gotcha. Now, also, let me ask you, what can, let's see, now, how will the token function with the utility that you have in place here?
So that will be kind of on our premium model. You will either pay a subscription or you can hold the token for free use. So the token will be part of that. The subscription obviously will institute a rev share, which will include buybacks of the token. Our white label service for crypto projects a will be through buying of token or holding a certain amount of supply. Obviously, that will pump the that creates buys on the chart. So we have a few ways that will not only generate upward mobility for investors, but also create a sustainable economy where most tokens are actually off market because people are holding to use the service.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that. So what you're saying about revenue share, you're not looking at staking. You're going to have like a rev share model. So you're not going to have staking.
Staking's not on our roadmap currently. Staking will, I mean, as long as you hold, you'll be able to use the more premium features. I mean, nothing's off the table for us. Staking is very easy to create on Ethereum. Um, but currently, like I said, our revenue model is something that we want to work on first and foremost. That's really what gets a project into the tens of millions, especially if there's buybacks every week from revenue.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, mate. And I'm not being funny. If projects are signing up for your white label and all this sort of stuff, the revenue share should be insane. Because I'm not being funny. I've everyone I've introduced to your project, even my real life family, which don't even use I'm not even in crypto, they've been using the bot, and they've all said that is absolutely amazing. And that's people who aren't even in crypto. So yeah, mate, I can see this being really big, really big.
Yeah, and that's a good point though, Scott, too, because I wanted to get into that, because for some people that don't understand, maybe what's Eric talking about? What is this white label, that he's talking about? I'm very familiar with white label, and it excites me as well because this opens up doors, where you can contact the guys like Eric over at CAI and let him help you with your ideas and things like that. So, Eric, do you want to talk a little bit about your white label program and maybe even give, a scenario of where that, say, Wadi was to contact you with this idea, and which would you be able to do to help him with your white label program?
For sure. So, like I said, this is so much more than images and things like that. The guy on YouTube or the video production company can easily upload one of their videos and have their subtitles in seconds. That's something people on YouTube and various media outlets spend a lot of money and time on. That's going to be a product that I think will be a huge, huge hit, especially as short form videos have really exploded. Um, Anything that might need to be done from a customer service standpoint can be used here, whether they need an AI attendant on their website. That's going to be easily white labelable. So we have. I mean, the sky's the limit with us in possibilities, but we are definitely focusing on that AI assistant version as well as the video transcription for people who do make short form and long form content.
Yeah, that's definitely amazing, man. And also too, I noticed there on the bot, that not only the transcribing and things like that of videos and stuff as well, but talk to me a little bit about the voiceover portion of that. So that basically, well, I'm going to let you tell it since you're the professional here, obviously, right? But yeah, like so the voiceover portion of your bot there. Can you talk a little bit about that and like what it could do for people and things like that?
Yeah, so the voiceover is really cool. You could use that in everything from the narration of whatever your project might be, narration over gameplay. You can go from text to voice. We will have a voice modulator in, so if you wanted to speak out, you could change your voice to Neil deGrasse Tyson or Morgan Freeman or something like that. But the voice is really cool because it's text to voice. It's something that people have been using and sending in the chat to tell jokes the whole time. So yeah, the only way I can explain it even better is go in, try it out. Type out something you might want to hear and give it a go.
Yeah,
Right, so
that's
sorry, DBS. Can you choose any celebrity's voice and stuff? I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, sorry, real quick. Just imagine, like, if you could use any celebrity or anything like that, and you just put, like, Joe Biden saying hello to what is a crypto hunter. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, right now we have it limited to a few voices, but we're going to introduce more and more. It wasn't an area of our focus because it's more for comedic, or I know it's fun, but we will introduce more voices once you guys want to pick. It only creates a better product the more use, just less people use it more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's really cool though, Eric, because and I'll give a scenario here. Within the last year or so, Wadi can probably speak on this as well. Him being over on YouTube and very familiar with the ins and outs of the way that YouTube works. It's become a really really big thing now with what they are dubbing faceless videos, right? Basically, where what they do is they talk about whatever type of topic that they want to talk about, and then they take in these AI generated voices to go over the videos. So now they're not even using their faces anymore. They're not even using their own voices anymore. And there's people out here, man, that are generating just thousands of dollars, a month by making these videos. That you've got guys over on different platforms like Fiverr. Doing things like that to where that they're able to create these voice scripts using AI generated voices. If you remember back when, with the AI generated voice, it always just amazes me as I watch this, evolve. Because if you remember correctly, even years ago, right? Like with these, like if you would call a place and you would be on hold, sometimes you would get these like robotic voices, right? So I believe that that's where it all started. But now, fast forward years and years later, right? And now they're just like, I mean, there's some out here that you literally cannot tell if this is AI generated or just a regular person speaking. So the development of the AI voice generation to me is huge, and like everybody knows here who's ever done a bit of research in AI, it only learns and evolves. So therefore, at the end of the day, it's just going to get better and better and better. So yeah, definitely shout out to you guys for that, man. I'm really excited to, and again, it's just definitely a breath of fresh air coming in, to this token, and you guys already have, the utility there ready for people to play around with and use. I think to me, that is key. Hopefully, you guys set the standard. We've had other AMAs with different other partners of ours and things like that, to where that they've already got things developed, ready to go. So I'm hoping this is a new trend here in the crypto space. And what I mean by that is long gone are the days to where that a project pops up and they're saying that they're going to do this, they're going to do that, but where you guys like CAI comes in and they are already ready to go and be able to be a player in the game, so to speak. So definitely shout out to you guys for that, Eric. I think it's huge. And also too, just I think it's really cool because one thing that I like about it is, like Scott was saying, with the AI generation part of the bot, right? That where that you can get, and I think it's more as well to where it helps like the community rally together and have a good time, because you've got one over here creating a squirrel on a skateboard, and then you've got another one over here creating a frog playing a banjo, right? So it's like really cool to see and things like that. So definitely, without a doubt, for thank you for sharing that information with us, man. Let's see, Scott, do we have any questions in the TG or?
yeah. I just want to say something first.
Yeah.
I just want to say a big shout out because even, I have played with AI before, obviously, but I haven't really ever been that interested in it. But after after yesterday, I'm actually I really want to get to know more about AI now. And not just me. I'll show my son. My son was loving it. He's like 8 years old, and he was loving it. He was. So it just shows it's not. This isn't just to do with crypto. This could be huge.
Things like that he posts here on X. So I always thought it was cool. And I remember one time I was in a space and he was talking about it. So I was like, man, this actually is really cool. Because at first my silly ass was thinking like, is Wadi doing this with like some sort of Photoshop or something crazy, right? Like I'm like, what the heck is going on here, man? And he's like, no, DBS, man. It's just AI generation. I'm like, really? This is amazing, man. So yeah, Eric, it's been a great AMA and having you on
Oh,
here, man.
but DBS, I want to
Go
ask
ahead,
a
brother.
question. I want to ask a question before we finish. I know, we could be speaking about all day this because these are the sort of AMAs like TechTip yesterday. It's like I can speak about it all day because I'm actually passionate about the project. You know what I mean? You get some AMAs and you just get bored and you want it to end, but this one I could go on about it all day. I just want to quickly ask. Because a lot of people are asking me this. Have you got any like plans to partner with like Google Accelerator programs and stuff like that? Or is there anything like AI things where you can apply for?
Yeah, our my partner's been working on that field. He's really focused on the white label solution. We'll have more with that as the project kind of fine tunes. Not that and Wadi, I really appreciate the love on it. From someone who's familiar with other products, that really does mean a lot to us. Your comments are awesome, and I love that. Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
No, no
it's definitely.
problem.
Go ahead, Wadi. Go ahead, Wadi.
Oh, sorry. No, no problem, Eric. As a matter of fact, if you don't mind, I'll also be talking to you in the DMs. I got a couple of ideas or suggestion that could help um the project out. Now, the other thing that I was gonna say is one of my ideas when it comes to the paid promotion, don't do anything too crazy, but I feel like that will also help the project. Let's say, for example, if some people cannot do the monthly payment, then just do how about holding a certain amount of tokens. Let's say you hold $500 of the token and you get to use the premium version. I've seen it done with other projects and it actually work out pretty good. So it's a suggestion, not saying that
Yes.
you have to do it, but yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah, yeah,
said they
yeah.
will be doing that.
Yeah, mentioned that earlier. That's exactly our plan. That takes tokens off the market. It's for people who hold a set supply. We'll always have free access to it. Again, guys, I'll restate this. Um, a large portion of this will always be free and accessible for anyone, anywhere. Some of the more in-depth, data-heavy things like the video generation, the not safe for work, that will be more on a premium thing, but that's still a ways to come. Enjoy it while it's here. You'll have enough time to tweak it and play with it. So don't worry about anything like coming for a little bit of time.
Yeah, man, that's great. That's great. And see, and I guess we're coming here to the top of the hour, so we're gonna go ahead and close it down for today. Scott, did you have anything you want to add before we close it down for today, bro?
Yeah, I just want to say I'm really happy that I found you yesterday. A big shout out to Benson actually for getting me involved. It's not very often I get really passionate about projects, and I really am excited for the future of this. I just want to say massive congratulations on your launch. The chart's holding really well. I think if the gas wasn't about fucking 400 at the moment, you would have a lot more buys at the moment. But I think there was a massive spike in gas. But hopefully that settles down soon. But yeah, I just want to say keep smashing it, bro, and I'll definitely be a long-term holder.
I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you for having us on. Everyone in the comments that's posted some of our images and everything like that. I love y'all. Appreciate everything. Keep growing with us. Help us grow by just giving us your feedback, and let's create the best free to use model out there. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man, it's definitely been a great AMA. And Eric, we're going to invite you back on. As the project fully, further develops, we'll get you back on, and and you can introduce some updates and maybe some new things that's going on with the project, etc. But it's definitely been an exciting one as far as I'm concerned. A lot of alpha dropped here. You guys be safe out there in the workplace, things like that. Wadi, did you have one more thing before we shut it down?
Yeah, just thank you for bringing me up, for letting me know DBS, great project in my opinion. Eric, if you can DM me when you can, whether if it's from this one or your personal account, just let me know it's you. And yeah, man, I mean, great. I mean, I'm fascinated by it. I'm looking forward to see what else you guys got in the works. And man, I'm gonna be a holder, just like I'm a main holder too. I feel like that project is gonna do excellent, just along like, okay, I just gotta say this last thing. So far, I have come up to a couple of AMAs, and so far, all the projects that you guys bring up, the Lions Den has been on point. So that's one thing that's very hard in this space to actually find. So I just want to give you guys your shout out, and I appreciate you.
Cheers, buddy. That means a lot. And to be honest, like I've said in the past, we get offers, 100 projects every week, message us trying to get an AMA, but they're all meme coins and shit coins, which I think's got no future. It might cause all they want is a pump from us. We don't want that. We want to bring projects which have utility, a great community, and what we think is going to be sustainable in the future. And obviously, this is why we bring projects like Central AO up. But yeah, thanks a lot, mate. It means a lot. And DBS, if you want to mention the other thing we spoke about earlier, you can at the end.
Yeah, 100%, bro. So again, like you guys said, and Wadi has witnessed, and a lot of you have witnessed as well, being here in the Lions Den. We continue to strive to bring you nothing but the fucking heat, if you know what I mean. Example, CAI here on the panel with us today. We bring you nothing but heaters all day long. We personally set up meetings with these projects that we bring into the Lions Den. We talk to them. We get a feel for the project owners, because at the end of the day, it's still it's still your money. It's still your decision whether or not that you want to get involved with any projects that we spotlight here in the Den, right? So obviously, everything we say here is not financial advice, and you still need to go in and do your own research by doing different things that you know how to do. Ask questions, being the biggest one that you could possibly do. Go into a Telegram, DM, talk to other holders is the best way that you can go about doing this. Now, with that being said, we have over 300 in the room now. Later on today, I'm not sure exactly what time that'll be. So you're going to have to do two things. After we get out of here, you're going to want to go over and you're going to want to join the main Telegram. We will be dropping some serious alpha over there today. We got a project that's been in our vision for a little bit of time now, and we hear that something might be taking place later on today. And what you need to do, it is essential for you to go over and join our Telegram and the Lions Den over there, and the alpha will be dropped there before it'll be dropped here on X. So if you want in, you want in good. That's what I suggest you to do. So that is my part with that. And with that being said, guys, you could have been anywhere in the world today, right? But you decided to come here and hang out with us right here in the Lions Den, and you have no idea what that means to me, Scott, and the rest of the main holders, everybody in general. So with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or night, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Guys, thank you so much for having us on. Thank you for joining the space and listening to my piece. Have fun today with us. Generate the best you can. Guys, thank you so much to the main community. Love y'all.
Cheers, bro.